What's going on? Welcome to the channel, and let's talk about this. People are overthinking out there, and they're just making life difficult on themselves. So, what I've noticed in a lot of backing out on the pad and stuff is you have a lot of people that want this too bad, and it's creating issues in their backing, and it's creating issues in them being able to learn. So the thing is that people want this super bad and they want to get the CDL and they're going to try really hard. And then whenever they're not getting it as fast as they want to, then they start getting angry with themselves, and then they start getting angry that they're not getting it as fast as they think they should. Like, some guys, y'all just hold up a minute and like think about this. Were we the good at it before we started? Probably not. We came here to learn a skill. And and the frustration sets in out there. It really does, especially when you're trying your hardest and you're all like, "Man, I'm just not getting this." You start beating yourself up and self-destructing in the truck, and that's not a good situation to be in. You got to calm yourself down and take a step back and just be like, "You know what? I'm going to chill out. I'm going to give it my best shot and let's see what happens." Stop trying to be perfect on day one. Like, I have to tell all my guys, it seems like, on the first day, hey, straight line back, who cares if you get it today? Who cares if you get it tomorrow? We're just messing around out here. Let's try a little bit of straight backing and see where it gets us. If we get a little bit better each day, then we're making progress, and we keep on going better each day till it's test day. When the test day comes around, we should be able to do everything by then. But a lot of people, they expect that it's going to become second nature super fast. And the fact is you're putting too much stress on yourself. You're beating yourself up. You're self-destructing. Like, I really don't like to see my guys self-destruct out there. And you can always tell that they're self-destructing whenever the maneuver doesn't work out right, and you can see it in their face. They just lose it. They're all like, and then they're mad, and it's like, man, calm down, calm down. Like, we get another try at this. So what? We messed it up the first time. Frustration can be caused from maybe it just didn't land perfect the way you wanted it to. There's a lot of different things that can make you frustrated. Also, being focused out there is going to be a big issue out there on the training pad. So I have a lot of guys that they get homesick, or they're just like, you know what, I had a bad call from my girlfriend, and we were fighting all night, and their mind is on other things. It's not out there in the truck with you, so that makes it hard to deal with somebody that doesn't have their head fully in the game. Timothy Turbo says, "How's it going, man? It's going great. I was like, man, maybe I can be inspirational today and tell people not to be so tough on yourself. So don't be so tough on yourself. Like Nike's slogan, just do it, man. Just do it." Greenwich, hello, folks, and Pegleg, what's the news, folks? Yeah, you know, I'm out there like I got some excellent students right now too, by the way. So, my guys are just knocking out maneuvers left and right, and it's been really nice. I needed kind of a little break from people struggling for a while. So we're doing great. They're knocking out their pre-trip, their driving's good. Like, couldn't ask for a better crew of guys. But you know what happens when you get some really good students? The next students you get are going to be horrible. And it happens. It does. Let's see what Greenwich has to say. Greenwich says, "When I first started, I couldn't back straight for more than 30 feet without having to pull up and try again." And the thing is, like, you get to pull up and try again. Like, I'm not expecting my guys to come out here first day and be perfect at it. Like, just like Greenwich says, his first day he couldn't back more than 30 feet without having to pull up. Greenwich now, he's been trucking a long time, and he can, believe me, by now he can straight line back. So, he's been out here trucking for a long time, and he's definitely he's been doing this longer than me. Like, I'm still learning every day. He's probably learning a little bit less than I'm learning every day. So, you know, and the thing is, he probably did the same thing. Like, we all do it. We all beat ourselves up a little bit. We're all like, man, I can't get this. It's not working. The thing is, like, have the willpower and the want and the drive to stick in here and trust it and push forward. Don't be the guy that gets so angry and he's all like, you know what, I didn't get it today. Today was my first day. I didn't get it today. I'm quitting. I'm not meant for this. Don't be a quitter. Don't give up. If you really want to do this, you're going to fight it and you're going to struggle and you're going to keep your head in the game and you're going to do all you can to do it. Trust in the program Prime has. The other day I was talking to some guys and they were talking about that the biggest thing with Prime that you hear from a lot of people that's been here a long time is they say you have to trust in the system. Now, sometimes you get frustrated with the system and you think that it's not working the way it should work and you're not doing good. But the thing is, you have to trust in the system and you have to believe in it, because sometimes I get loaded to a certain area and I'm all like, man, they ain't ever going to get me back from here, or there's no loads out of this area. And sure enough, they'll have a load for me out of there. You got to trust in the system. I've got bad starts of weeks, and I've been like, man, I'm not getting paid this week. Like, I had a real bad week. I had a bad load after bad load, and at the end of the week, all of a sudden, boom, good load, no problems, bam, you're back on track making money. Go Diego Go says, what's up? What's going on? Go Diego Go. Pegleg says, if the next set of students are bad, I have a bat you can borrow, LOL. It's not a bat, it's a tire checker. It's a tire checker. It definitely checks tires. But I've been fortunate for a while now that I've been able to do multiple students at a time, and it's just been a blessing. And whenever the numbers went down and we had to go, like, a lot of us trainers had to go over the road, including me, I was like, all right, time to hit the road. So I got to go out there and experience road life again. And I'll tell you what, man, like, the parking is worse than whenever I went out last time. Like, it was impossible to find parking, and don't get me wrong, I was up in the Northeast and stuff. I had to buy a parking spot and, pay for parking. Like, whenever paid parking started out was about the time that they said all these companies have to get off of these paper logs and they have to get onto these electronic logs. And whenever that happened, like, you should have seen the truck stops. They were all like, ooh, we got them. They got to park here. We got them. So guess what happened? We had to start paying for spots ever so often. And I was one of the people that was like highly against paying for a parking spot. I was like, I'll just go to the next truck stop. I'll just go to the next one. I'll just go to the next one. Well, unfortunately, nowadays, you can't just keep going to the next one. You can't do it, because guess what? The next one's going to be full too. Like, I had to break down and pay for a spot. When was that? 2 weeks ago. Like, I had to pay for a spot. I paid $17 for a spot, and I was just not happy about it. I'm all like, man, that's ridiculous. They know we got to park places. Like, we're bringing goods into your cities and stuff, and you're going to charge us to park. But you can't fight the man. The man said, the power is above us. Say, you're going to pay for parking. Guess what? You're going to pay for parking. You have no choice. And like I said, I'm highly against paying for parking. I don't like it. I think that it's messed up. Like, you're going to spend money in that truck stop anyways. So I don't know why they want to make you pay for a spot. I think it's a little bit, a little crazy. But if you want to park there and you're out of time and you don't have nowhere else you can park, you're going to have to pay for that spot. And, so be it. We're talking about anger problem too. Like, I'm going to tell you right now that I used to have an anger problem. I really did have a anger problem, and for the longest time, and my remedy for it was to you know, like I would go fist up with somebody, and that's how I dealt with my anger for a long time. And then like I moved it to like paintball, and then I moved it to, I had a fish aquarium, or actually after fighting it was concerts, because I was like, you know what, somebody's gonna get really hurt. Like I can go to a concert, get in a mosh pit, and push somebody down, and that was a lot of fun for a while. And then I moved to paintball. I played paintball for a while. Then I moved to a freshwater aquarium, and like watching my fish in my aquarium calmed me down. And then I went over the road, so I went and got rid of all my fish, and I haven't had a aquarium since. About 2 years ago or a year ago, whenever it was, we started playing paintball, and that was good again. But now, like, I don't have another outlet for it. But a long time ago, what I found out about having an anger problem and having anger is I had a friend, and one of my good friends, I was mad at my supervisors. I'll never forget it. I was like, man, they pissed me off. I'm so mad at them. And like, I was really pissed. And my friend gets in the patrol car. We're driving around, and he was all like, he says, hey, do you think that they care that you're mad? And I was all like, no, then why are you mad? The only person it's affecting is you. And he goes, nobody cares that you're mad. He goes, hey, I'm your boy. I don't even care that you're mad. I don't care that you're mad. The only one that cares that you're mad is you. And I was like, get out the car, man. Get out the car. Like, I had to let that set in for a while. I was like, man, I'm mad at you for saying that. Like, I'm not happy with you for saying that. And, over that night, I thought about it, and he was 100% right. Like, we are the ones in control of our emotions. And whenever we allow ourselves to get mad, we're letting that anger take over. And the only person it's affecting is me. I don't know, just food for thought, something for you guys to think about. If you have anger and you're having those kinds of issues, think about it. You're the only one that cares that you are mad. Timothy says, does parking come out of your pocket or the company? Timothy, it comes out of my pocket. Like, I'm a company driver, and it comes right out of my pocket. Now, the lease guys, from what I hear, people that are leased can get a spot, and they can use it as a tax write-off because it's business purposes. So, I need a good buddy that's a lease guy that wants to buy his business partner a parking spot. That would be really nice. That way, whenever I'm over the road, I can go and park there in his business spot. But yeah, paid parking, it gets me. Like, they could give you a free shower or something since you paid for parking. I know they used to give out like a free bottle of water whenever you paid for a spot, but still, like, that's a $17 bottle of water. It better be sparkling good. Hey, Kiersey, good evening, Twisted and all. Kiersey, where you been at? Where you been at? I was wondering if you got some students and you're out here in Springfield, or if you hit the road again. Where you been at? Y'all make sure, let me put that back up there. Oh, y'all make sure that y'all subscribe to, let me try to point at it. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to that. And then I hit my mic. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Trucking Along with Kiersey. She has the best channel, probably. She has one of the best trucking channels at Prime. So, make sure y'all stop by, check it out. Timothy says, I would be staying at the rest stop. The rest stops get packed too, Timothy. Like, I'm telling you, the rest stops fill up, and then it's kind of scary driving into a rest stop, because once they're filled up, they start making spots, and sometimes you get into an issue where it's like hard to get out. Like, you're inches away from that side, you're inches away from that side. You're like, whew. The truck stops, the rest areas, they can be fun. And then some of the rest stops, you have to parallel park into them, and it wouldn't be that bad of a parallel park if there wasn't a truck right across from you parallel parked on the other side. So when you're driving through there, it's about all the room you have is the width of your truck and trailer, and then you have to parallel into one of those spots. It's kind of hard. It really is in some of them. Now, a lot of rest areas have the nice pull throughs and stuff like that, and they make it a lot easier. There are some really nice rest areas out there, and then there are some really bad ones. I don't like the rest areas with the porta potties in them. Like, I don't like those, or it's like a building with like a porta potty seat looking thing, and it's just a big hole in the ground underneath it. Like, I don't like those truck stops or rest areas. I don't like them. I like to have the one with the actual building, with like the welcome center in it, with the brochures and the nice bathrooms with running water. That's what I like. I really don't like roughing it. If you get a bottle of water for paid parking, don't drink it if it's yellow. That ain't no lie. Could you imagine that? Hey, I paid for parking, and they're all like, "Yeah, just look around the truck stop, and there should be a full bottle of water out there by those paid parking spots." Yeah, no, and that's one of the things that kind of grinds my gears. Really, is the way that these truck stops were looking too. So since it's been a while since I've been to a truck stop, I think that the truck stops have even more trash in them than whenever I remembered. Like, how hard is it for people to tie up your trash bags and put them in the trash can, guys? That's why we can't park in Walmarts. That's why Walmarts don't like us in their parking lot, is because people are throwing trash out there. We're supposed to be professional drivers. Let's get that picked up, guys. Like, be stronger with that. Like, be the professional driver. Stop throwing your trash all over the ground. But it is what it is. You can't control everybody like that. But the thing is, like, we're the ones that are out there in those truck stop parking lots. Think about this. So if we're the ones out there sleeping in it, have to walk through it, and we're the ones that have to deal with the trash out there, then can't y'all pick up after yourself and make sure you throw it in the trash can? I've been to shippers and receivers where I found piss bottles like on the ground out there and stuff. I'm like, dude, how are you picking up a load over here or delivering a load over here, and you're gonna make this mess over here? Like, does this place not have a camera? With technologies nowadays, you think that they would all have like cameras, and they would be able to find out who did that and be like, hey, you're not allowed on our property no more. And then the company that the person worked for would be like, yeah, you're in some deep water, man. You made a mess out there at a customer. It's not good. What's your favorite vacation destination besides or aside from Florida? I don't want to go to Florida. I really don't. There's only one thing I would want to do at Florida, and that's go take the kids to Disney World. Like, I'm planning on doing that soon. Um, Vacations are hard for me to answer because I grew up, and we weren't poor, like we weren't like having our power turned off and our water turned off. Like, I know we were behind on bills growing up, but like my parents would pawn stuff sometimes to make ends meet and stuff like that. So like, we didn't have much, but whenever it comes to vacation, like, I really don't understand what vacation is, because in my life I've been on vacation, an actual real vacation, twice, and both times we went from Lubbock, Texas to Dallas, Texas, went to Six Flags, and then came back. Like, I mean, we stayed the night, went to Six Flags, stayed the night, got up early in the morning, drove back. Like, that was vacation. So like, whenever I see these people talking about like, hey man, I took 7 days off for vacation, I was like, 7 days? Where'd you go? And most of my childhood, the whole vacation was pretty much, hey, we're gonna go wash the family car. We lived in Texas, in West Texas, where the sand would blow, and your car was dirty after pretty much after you pulled out of the car wash, because all the sand and stuff was blowing. So we would get in the car, go to the car wash, and like, man, if you got on one with the tracks, that was your ride. Like, that was exciting. That's summer vacation right there. So it's, you ask about vacation, like my wife's all like, we should go camping for vacation. I'm all like, camping? Man, I've never been camping in my life. A bear will eat me, or a snake will bite me, or there's spiders out there, or ants. You want me to sleep on the ground in a plastic tent? Like, what's going to keep the bears out? Like, plastic tent? Like, it's just going to rip it up. Like, you're dead. Like, fox comes and kills me, Could you imagine that? Like, Twisted Big D died bit by a rabid fox or something. I can see the headlines now. What's the best time to get a parking spot in those truck stops? Early in the morning. I would say about 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m. About that time is the best time. Hey, what's going on, Kenworth Ryder? Good evening, Twisted Big D, and everyone else. Kenworth Ryder, you running good? Well, actually, last I talked to you, you were going home on vacation, so hopefully, or going home for a little bit. So hopefully, your home time went pretty good, and you're back out on the road. Pegleg, Kiersey, hello. Would you tell us a trucker story? Dang, Pegleg, you're over here. You're over here like, you know what? Twist is boring. He's boring me. Kiersey, tell me a trucking story. Hey, Johnson Logistics, what's going on? Hey, I watched your video of the trailer light. I haven't checked to see if you got what fixed it, but you put the lights inside your trailer, and that one you were grounding it because you said it, like, once you hooked up that one light, it would turn some of the other ones off or dim it. I was wondering if you ever got that fixed. And that was pretty cool that you put those lights in your trailer like that. That was really neat. I like that. I was checking that out. The only thing I was like, man, whenever they had the pallets stacked up and they're just running them in there with a forklift, wouldn't it knock them off? But then I kind of saw that you were kind of doing some look like concert stuff. Weird, not letting me super chat. Sorry, I'm back. And sure, Peg, I will tell you a trucker story. Twisted camping as a germaphobe. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, there's no, like, the shower. Like, I asked my wife, I said, where's the shower and stuff? What, you don't shower for a couple days, or what the heck? And she was all like, oh no, they got like the big gym shower type thing. I was like, what? Even in trucking, I get my own room. Like, nah, I would have had to take my pilot's card or my Love's card and every day go up to the truck stop and get me a shower, a good one. Twisted, go to Yellowstone. No camping necessary. Yeah, like camping, I'm gonna have to get one of those. I would have to get one of those log cabins. Like, that's my ideal camping. Like, I'm like, let's go rent a log cabin. Make sure it has electricity and internet and TV, and I'm good. I'll go camping like that. But as for like out in the middle of the woods where a deer can kill me, or my luck, a rabbit would kill me or something weird. Twisted Big D camping. He cannot be near fires. He'll get seriously hurt. And I'm dropping hook tomorrow at the Walmart DC in Johnstown, New York. Johnstown, New York. Almost said New Jersey. Johnson said, I did find a way to fix it. I just haven't yet. And he says, hi, Pegleg. Okay. Well, at least you found a way to fix it. You came up with something. That was odd that was a lot of lights and they all worked. But when you grounded that one, bink, I was like, wow, I would never, ever be able to figure out that. Johnson Logic says, I've been off the truck since August and haven't been back to it yet to fix it. Man, you've been off the truck since August? Maybe you're making a lot of money. That must be good. Take off that long. On to better things. How is the freight now for Prime looking to come to Springfield within the next 3 months? As if you're coming out of the terminal, if you're coming straight out of the Springfield terminal, good luck getting a load out of there. It is extremely hard to get a load out of there. It's just there's so many people trying to leave the terminal, and it's just like, man, it's impossible to get a load out of there. Once you're out of there, I'm not hearing any problems with people getting freight. I'm not hearing any people having troubles any type of way about getting freight. So right now I hear that the loads are pretty good. I talked to one of my buddies the other day, and he's all like, man, this week I made the most money I've ever made since I've been out here. And I was like, wow, that's pretty good. Yep, not getting in the road until the end of October. Man, I would have took off that winter month. Like I would have took off January and February. Like the February, to me, February is the worst month of the winter. Like I do not like the winter in February. Winter in February sucks. Hey, till the end of October. Yeah, you have to have Halloween off. Make sure you have Halloween off. There's a lot of good Halloween parties. Tennessee Flatbedder, he is done all kinds of stuff for Halloween. Yeah, and Kenworth says the same thing. Twisted Big D's right. It's right. It's hard getting a load out of the black hole. Yeah, I always have to fight my way out of there. Like bobtail to New Jersey. Like really, that was my way out. Like they couldn't do anything else besides bobtail from New Jersey. That was a little bit outrageous. I didn't like that. But it is what it is. Ain't much you can do about it. The heck? Trying to put this link in the Discord. That way, if anyone's on in there, they'll be like, "Hey." I like the Discord too, and I do like it. There, I shared the link to the live in the Discord. Oh, I'm only working November and then off until mid-January. Dang, Johnson, what's going on with you? You're gonna have to drop a video and let everybody know what's happening. Whenever you disappear for a while, we all start getting worried and we start thinking, what happened to Johnson's logistics? Yeah. Messing up names over here. Twisted, how was your epic bogtail run on your recent over the road run? Yeah, that was a long bobtail run, and I went about halfway, stopped, and then I went almost all the way to Jersey, and I stopped at the terminal because I said, you know what, I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna fight for parking. I'm just gonna go over here and stop at the the Pittston yard, and that's what I did. Is I stopped there and I was like, forget the parking in Jersey stuff. Plus, it wasn't that far from. It really wasn't that far from the. It wasn't that far from where I was going. It was really close to where I was going. I got up at like 7 in the morning and headed the rest of the way in to get a trailer that somebody already picked up that morning. Somebody already picked up that trailer, and I was like, okay then. So, go all that way for a trailer that was already picked up. It works. Kenilworth Rider said, I had a bobtail out of Pittston over 100 miles to get it empty. I heard others had a bobtail further for loads. Yeah, it wasn't no joke. Like I think it was like 1,000. I still got it on my Prime map. I'll tell you how far I bobtailed because I still have the load on here. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Where's it at? There it is. It's gonna be this one. Nope. It's gonna be this one. Nope. It was 1,183 miles is how far I bobtailed to go pick up a trailer. To go pick up a trailer that's supposedly was sitting at a rail yard for a long time, but it was only sitting there. The one I ended up picking up was only there for like 2 or 3 days. So I mean, I was like, really? Y'all have me drive all the way over here to get a trailer? But it was cool. I got a load real quick out of there. Once I got the trailer, I got a load real quick. I got to drop down to South Carolina, and then I made my way back. So it's all good. After I got a trailer, it was smooth selling. So freight I think is still pretty good. And I was talking to all my boys over the road, and they were all telling me that freight was doing great. So it's just coming out of that terminal is always hard. Like a lot of people like to stop in there whenever they pass by, get some good food or, gets a shower or do laundry or whatever the case may be. Maybe they just want to jump in there and get their truck washed. And then the trailer has problems or they find something wrong with the truck and you have to put it in the shop. And then they give your load to somebody else. And then you end up getting another load or you have to get another load, and what happens is they're all like, we don't have no loads, you join the line. The best way to get a load out of there, from what I found out, is go to the desk in person and, hey, you got any loads? Come back an hour later, hey, you got any loads? I call them on the phone too, hey, you got any loads? You just keep on until they're all like, you know what, that guy's not going to stop coming up here, give him a load so he won't come in here again. Like they always say, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. I believe in that. Hey, truck and trailer, what's going on? Or trailer trucking. What's happening? Pegleg says 1,200 miles bobtail, awesome fuel mileage, I bet. Yeah. What was my fuel mileage? If it's way far down my messages, I ain't even gonna look at it, but it shouldn't be that far down. I think my fuel mileage was a 10 point something. Oh, I deleted my messages the other day. I think my fuel mileage was like a 10.4 or something like that. I can't remember the exact numbers, but that bobtailing all the way over there and then getting that load in South Carolina, and yeah, my fuel mileage was excellent. I was like, look at me, I still got it, 10 miles a gallon. And then I was all like, wait a minute, I didn't have a trailer back there. I wish I would have got a trailer though. I would have been, and don't get me wrong, I get paid either way, right? I'm a company driver. If I'm doing dispatch miles, I'm getting paid. So those are dispatch miles, those are empty miles. I'm getting paid for them. But the thing is, whenever it's windy and there's storms and stuff like that, you really want to have a trailer. Not necessarily an empty trailer, but it would be nice for if you were in a storm for a loaded trailer. But being in a storm in a bobtail is not fun. I'll tell you right now. And everyone behind you driving behind the bobtail, you got to remember those tires are throwing up a whole bunch of spray, and they can't see as good behind you because you're just throwing all the spray up in the air and it's going right on their windows. And it kind of, for them, it kind of sucks. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of sucks for them. So you kind of feel bad for the people behind you that's driving in their cars because you're just, I don't know how to explain it. So you have your wheels of your bobtail, and there's nothing above it, right? There's no fender or nothing. So it's just shooting the spray up in the, I guess, do it like that. But there's nothing above your tire. So whenever the water's coming around the tire, it's just shooting out the top. And it's like shooting all the water up in the air that's from the rain and stuff. And you're just misting everyone behind you. I don't think cars like bobtails too much in the rain. I know I wouldn't like it because yeah, I like to be able to see out my window. So, and like you're throwing up all the road grime and stuff because guess what? It hasn't rained in a while. There's probably a lot of oil and dirt and stuff on the ground, on the streets, and it's floating and you're just throwing it up in the air. Yeah, big old mess. Big old mess. You know, I used to not like bobtailing because I was always like I always thought about it like this. So you're bobtailing, your tires turning like this. So your tires turning. What happens if the car behind you hits that tire that's turning like that? It'll launch the car right up into the back of your cab, probably. Because think about it, your wheels going that way, a car hits the back of that, right into the back of your sleeper. That's what I feel like would happen. So, like me personally, I never liked bobtailing because I was like, it doesn't seem too safe. And you know me, I'm always if it doesn't seem safe, I'm not going around it. Like, oh, power lines are knocked over. I'm not that guy that's going to get out the truck and try to help somebody with the power lines down. I'm going to look over there and say the power lines are down. They're on top of the car. You're screwed, buddy. I'm leaving. Like anything dangerous, I'm staying away from it. I'm telling you right now, I'm staying away from it. If it looks dangerous, I'm not going near it. Just like seeing an alligator. If I see an alligator in the wild, I'm not going to go over there and touch no alligator because it looks dangerous. Well, it's all scaly and it's peeking out the water, looking at you. Like I'm not going to go touch that alligator. I'm not doing it because it's going to bite me. And when they bite you, I've been watching a lot of alligator videos for some reason, but whenever the alligator bites you, it starts spinning. And like I've been watching a lot. I don't know why, but here lately I've been watching a lot of alligator videos. And like they throw food out there for the alligator. Alligator bites the wrong dude's leg, like his buddy alligator. He bites him by the leg on accident, spins around, and he eats that dude's leg. So like I know that like and I saw one video, like I saw a guy get bit, it started spinning around, looked like it broke up his arm pretty bad. He looked like he was in some pain. Then I saw another guy get bit. He was doing one of those shows. He opened the alligator's mouth, and you know he went to shut it or whatever, and it latched down on his hand, and he wrapped his whole body around that alligator so it couldn't spin. So like even with me having the knowledge of like, hey, that guy didn't get jacked up because he wrapped his body around the alligator. I'm not getting close enough to the alligator that I have to wrap my body around it so it doesn't spin and break my arm off and eat my arm. Yeah, that's a little bit too much, but you know that's how I was thinking. Hey, Tennessee Flatbedder, what's going on? Tennessee Flatbedder, man, that's my boy right there. Oh yeah, y'all don't forget to subscribe to his channel too. It's been a long time since he's put out a video. Well, right there. It's been a long time since he's put out a video. I'm hoping one drops pretty soon, but you know, we'll see. Make sure y'all subscribe to him. He says once he gets 800 subscribers, he's going to start doing lives on his channel. So it would be awesome to get a flatbedder out here doing lives on his channel, especially to the flatbed gang that's out there, you know, get him out there and y'all have question, hey, how many straps you should put on this? Boom, there's your answer. You know, I don't know much about flatbed stuff, but there might be some actual flatbed questions that could be answered really easily. Good evening, Tennessee from Kenworth. Russell, sounds like you need to go camping in the bayou. Hashtag Gator hater. Oh, Gator hater. No, there's no camping in the like bayou. I hang out like some of my good friends, a lot of my good friends out here trucking are from Florida, and you know what they say? They like people around here go to the lake and go swimming, and like the Florida people are they're like cringe. They're all like, "Oh, that dude's going in the lake. Don't go in the lake. Don't swim in the lake." Like they are freaking out because I guess in Florida you go into some still water or whatever. There's probably alligator in there gonna eat you. So like, yeah, I'm not getting any water. Like even at Disneyland, somebody got ate by the alligator. Disneyland, you're at the magical kingdom, and an alligator comes up and eats somebody at Disneyland. Like no, I'm not messing around with it. Pigs can cause injuries too. Oh man, we still on the pig. Greenwich. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Greenwich pigs do cause injuries. On the better thing. On to better things. See, I like his name because if it feels like you're rambling along, and then when you read his name, on to better things, like it's like, hey, get off that subject, get on this subject. What is the average miles per week of a Prime Inc. reefer and tanker? I can speak for reefer. I cannot speak for tanker. So a reefer truck averages about 2,000 to 3,000 miles a week. That's average. So say 2,500. I was not happy unless I got 2,500 miles a week. Like my fleet manager would hear it if I didn't get 2,500 miles a week. So now, tanker side, I cannot give you an exact answer on that because I don't know. I have not drove tanker. I cannot give you the exact numbers on tanker side. I haven't even asked a tanker guy because we don't have many of them. Well, I know some tanker guys, but I haven't asked them those questions. Tennessee, sup? Twisted. I seen an alligator. I think new boots. Yeah. Russell says, peg leg, don't you mean mean boots? Kenworth Rider says, don't go near the pond in the rear at Pearson, Florida Floral Terminal. Last time I was there was about 4 to 6 footer in there. Whoa. Wow. Wow. I've been there before too. I didn't go near the water though. Ouch. Like, nah, I'm not messing around with that. I don't mess around with wildlife. Like, I don't like people's animals either. Like, really, truthfully, like if you have a dog and you're walking around the terminal with it, or a truck stop or wherever, I don't want to be near your dog. Like, I stay away from your dog. If you're walking your pet cat, I'm staying away from your pet cat. I really don't like a cat's a vicious animal, man. When I've seen cats tear some people up, I used to watch that. What was it? It was on Animal Planet, but it was like these people that would go into these messed up animal places where like cats were, in filth and stuff, and they were taking the cats from people. And like I seen this cat grab onto this guy's leg and just start ripping it, and like it jacked him up. And I was like, cat's a deadly creature. Deadly. Oh, here you go. Here's accurate numbers for you. Greenwich Trucking says I do 25 to 2,700 miles with reefer. So there's the reefer. Pretty much what I said. I like his numbers better though. 25 to 27 sounds way better. Because like I said, I was not happy. I was not happy if I didn't get 2,500 miles a week. Like I was seriously not happy. Like you want to see Twisted get mad, like jip him on some miles and see what happens. Like I don't play that. I try to make sure my pay is correct. And it's really hard. It's like at first it's really hard to figure out your pay at Prime because there is so much that goes through your check stub. Like that cent per mile they tell you about, they're all like, we pay you this much money cent per mile. Well, part of that cent per mile goes to like per diem, and part of it goes to taxes and whatever. So like right there, you can't even just take your miles and multiply it by the amount of the cent per mile you make, because there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. Like it's kind of confusing. I had a teammate, and my teammate could pretty much tell you almost to the cent what your check's going to be every week. He was pretty accurate with it, and like I can't figure that out. Uh-oh, don't click that. I don't know if y'all heard my computer do that or not, but it popped up a Facebook message. I was like, no, don't do that. Pegleg says Animal Planet show was called When Cats Attack. How many likes for this live? Oh, Pegleg wants to know how many likes for the live. If we can get some people to like the live. So we're gonna let Pegleg talk to y'all real fast. I will be right back.
Hey everybody, hit that like button, borrow my leg to smash that ding dong bell. Oh, and if you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe too.
If you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe too. I love that. I really do. Y'all are gonna see that every live. I'm sorry, guys. If y'all don't like it, y'all are gonna see it every live, because Pegleg made that for me, and it's awesome, and I love it. It's the best. But yeah, I don't mess around with animals too much. Like we have rattlesnakes in Texas. I don't go around no snakes. Spiders, all that stuff. I try to stay away from that stuff. Anything like, look, I don't like living out in the country. Like I don't think I would like to go out into the wilderness and like camp in a tent. Like it doesn't sound good. How did we even get on this? Oh yeah, somebody asked me about vacations, and I never even answered that question. So I think if I was going to go on vacation somewhere, probably one of the place that I wanted to go on vacation, probably the most, is I've always wanted to go see Niagara Falls. Like it is on my top 10 list. Like it's Niagara Falls, it's Statue of Liberty. I want to go to the actual Statue of Liberty. And then after that, it's kind of like, I want to see Mount Rushmore. I would like to see the Hoover Dam and actually go to it. Like I've seen the Statue of Liberty from a distance. I've seen the Hoover Dam from a distance, but it's not the same. Like a lot of people say, hey, in trucking, you get to see a bunch of states, you get to go experience a bunch. Not really. You see it through your windshield. You're all like, hey, look, there's the Lincoln Monument or whatever. There's the Statue of Liberty. It's about that big out there. That's the Statue of Liberty. I'm not even sure if that was really the Statue of Liberty. It could have been a black bug splatter on the windshield, but I'm pretty sure I've seen the Statue of Liberty, or it was a June bug we hit earlier that day. It's trucking is so. I get a lot of guys that come out here after retirement. They retire. I've had people retire twice and come out here, and they're all like, "Man, I just want to travel the U.S." I'm all like, "It's not what you think. This is work. Like we're gonna work. You're gonna see it through the windshield, yeah. But like, if you think you're going on like this job is gonna be like a vacation for you, you are sadly mistaken. This is work. This is driving. It's dealing with shippers. It's dealing with receivers. It's work. Like a lot of people say that antisocial people can come out here and do trucking, and like, no, you still got to be social. You still have to go talk to the shippers and receivers. You still have to deal with people. We deal with people. The only thing about trucking that you kind of don't have to deal with people is you don't have no one breathing down your neck really telling you what to do. It's It's you. You're a grown person. You're a grown man or a grown woman, and you have responsibilities. Like they gave you this load. It's your job. You're responsible for getting it there on time. And as long as that happens, what happens between A and B, pickup A, delivery B, they don't really care about as long as we hit those times. So we really don't have to like worry too much about like somebody micromanaging you, stuff like that. The main thing is they're all like, get the load there on time, pick it up on time, deliver it on time, just get it done. You are an experienced trucker. You know what you need to do to make it happen. And we're good with that. And so like you kind of like, what's it called? You don't really do whatever you want, but you kind of can do whatever you want. Like if you really did want to go get off the truck for like a couple days, like you use it as your home time. So like say I want to go see Niagara Falls. Then what I would do is I would tell my fleet manager, I want this day to this day off, 4 or 5 days. And what I would do is I would tell them, hey, I want these days off, but I don't want it at my home state. I don't want it in my home area. What I want it in is Buffalo, New York. And I would take it over there and I'd get me a rental car. I would go see Niagara Falls, do some stuff, and just chill out for a couple days. And then I would get back on the truck and run miles. So like if that's one of the advantages of like retiring and coming out here is if you don't have a lot of family that you want to go see every time you go home, because you're going to be out a month, maybe 2 months, and then you're going to come home. Like if you don't have a bunch of family you got to come see, then you could take your days off, 4 days in Vegas, 4 days in Buffalo, New York, 4 days in Philly, 4 days in, wherever you want to go. And like if you got family on both sides, like say you have family in Texas and you got family in Michigan, you could split up your time. 4 days off in Michigan, 4 days off in Texas. Next time 4 days off in Michigan, next time 4 days. Like you could split it up to go see some family. Like I've had lots of students that had like wife and kid or ex-wife and kids here, and then they had another ex-wife and kids here, and then they had another ex-wife and kids here. So like they would just take time off in those areas, whichever one they needed to go see. Russell says, one thing about Prime's pay package is the fuel bonus. The good thing is you get it every week. So last week I had a fuel bonus of 6.6 cents per mile. That's pretty good. Yeah, and you get like your fuel bonus, it is, I want to say it's load to load, but we'll go with week to week. That works too. So your fuel bonus it's a bonus they give you for getting good fuel mileage. So pretty much you're saving the company money. So they're going to give you a bonus and pay you amount that you drove with that good fuel bonus. So they're kind of giving you back what you saved the company. Now, me personally, I don't try to get a good fuel bonus So me personally, I rather do more miles than worry about the fuel bonus. Now, the thing is, if I have the extra time on the load, say I have a lot of extra time on the load, I might slow it down some so I can get a better fuel mileage. If I don't have extra time on the load, and I mean like way too much time on the load, then I'm gonna ride it hard. Like if it's a drop and hook at the other end, deliver it as fast as you can. Like I'm gonna ride it hard. I'm gonna get that load done so I can get my next load. Because you get an extra bonus of 6.6 cents per mile. But the thing is, if I can get a whole bunch more miles, what's better? Kenworth Rider, good night all, and be safe. Got to get some sleep before delivery. Yes, sir, and be safe out there, brother, man. Be safe. Ronnie Green says, I have my CDL. What do you get on with barely training? If I have my CDL, what do I have to get on with barely training? Just tell me what you mean. All right. So you have a CDL, and I guess you're saying you have a CDL and you want to get on with Prime, but you don't have any training, is what I think you're saying. Like no experience is what I think you're saying. So, just put in an application, talk to a recruiter, and pretty much with no experience, no training, you're going to end up doing the kind of the PSD phase. But instead of taking a test, you're going to take an eval, which is kind of a test, but it's different. It's not as hard as taking your real CDL test because you did your CDL test before, you proven yourself, and you got the CDL. And then they're going to make you do TNT. And if you really don't have no experience at all, you're gonna have to do the mile, like the same amount of miles. If you have experience, and like if you have a lot of experience, then you do less TNT or maybe no TNT. Like I have a buddy that's coming down here pretty soon. I can't remember the date. I think it's the 12th of October. But anyways, he's been driving with a CDL for like 2 years now. He has to do 15K miles on TNT. And he has to do the PSD thing. So like I'm gonna get him out here. I'm gonna re-show him everything because I taught him a long time ago and he trifected. And I'm gonna reteach him a little bit here or there, just knock some rust off of him, make sure that he's still doing good, and then test him out and let him go to TNT, which he only has 15K miles. It's not much. So, was getting hazmat hard to you? No, I never got my hazmat, so I would have to say no, it wasn't hard because I never got it. I've never got my hazmat because the whole reason is that as a company driver, I don't believe that Prime pays you enough to deal with all the hazmat stuff. Now, if you were lease and opening up doors for more freight and all that stuff, then I probably would get my hazmat. But the thing with hazmat is you really got to use it because you got to pay for it and you have to renew it ever so often. And you have to retake that test every time you renew it. So, like, it's a bunch of studying and extra work. And, like I didn't come to trucking because I was a hard worker. I came to trucking because I wanted to chill and I didn't want to have to do all that hard studying and stuff. Like if I wanted to do all that hard studying and stuff, I would have went to college. But that's another story. So no, and realistically, I don't think it's hard to get your believe me, I've seen some guys out there doing hazmat and they look like they had no business doing anything hazmat. So I don't think it's very hard for people to get their hazmat. I really don't. Because I see people with hazmat and I'm all like, oh, this guy looks dangerous, like really dangerous. I just don't know. Heck. Well, I was trying to find I jumped on the other screen to try to find out like the study material for hazmat, but I don't see nothing. Yeah, I can't find it. I don't want to mess with it no more. So I was trying to find like what all the hard stuff is on the hazmat. I know you have to do some math and stuff like that. Just take a calculator with you. You should be fine. Where's Flatbed? Tennessee Flatbedder? He's I don't know what he's doing right now, really. I really don't know what he's doing right now. He came in here and he said, "What's up?" and then he left. He's probably watching what's that guy's name? Patty Mayo, whatever. Some bounty hunter guy. I don't know what it is, but he's probably watching the bounty hunter guy collect bounties and tase people. He loves that stuff, so have you ever hit a fire out on the road? Yes, I have. It was a big brush fire in Texas. I've drove through that, and it wasn't very long, but like we drove across that highway, you couldn't see nothing. And then I also drove through one in New Mexico where they shut down the highway, and it was shut down for a long time. And yeah, that one was not fun because there wasn't nowhere to pull off the road or nothing. We just everyone's set in the road for a long time, pretty much like 12 hours. Oh, Tennessee's still here. Look at that. So he's still around. He's still around, Mr. Tennessee Flatbedder. He's probably out there doing more inflatables in his yard. He got the whole like he has a like the whole scene from Nightmare Before Christmas out there. It's crazy. It looks good though. I'm gonna have to go over there and see it in person for sure. But guys, I've been on here for about an hour rambling on. I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you all for stopping by. All of you guys that stopped by. Appreciate y'all. And I'm gonna get off of here. Everyone have a good night. If you are out over the road driving right now, be safe out there and use Peg's leg to go ahead and hit that bell down there. And there's a subscribe over there, and there's a like button, and there's all kinds of stuff. Make sure y'all stop by every Thursday night for the Thursday night lives with questions and answers. Usually with Tennessee Flatbedder right there, because I need a flatbedder guy to come in here and answer questions and keep me in line.